Hello, y'all. I am back on this bike, y'all. So it's so wonderful to do videos while you're on the exercise bike. And I try not to go too fast or too slow. I just go at a normal pace so the bike is not making too much noise in the video. However, I got me a piece of chocolate here. And so I'm going to be holding this chocolate and biting a little piece off. This is my I guess you would say holiday treat. I'm not really into holidays really big. However, this is going to be my off work day chocolate candy bar. I'm not making any big, what the world would call Thanksgiving dinner because I lost 18 pounds. We will be eating some good food, even if that means we go out to eat or just make a little bit at home. But I'm not going to be making an extravagant meal because 18 pounds off and I'm maintaining it. So I cannot afford to gain 5 pounds, 5 to 18 pounds back because I ate all this food. However, I am treating myself with this chocolate. So this video is going to be about Thanksgiving and narcissists. And of course, you've probably watched videos or you haven't watched videos. But if you have, a lot of videos are talking about how narcissists hoover on Thanksgiving. But the issue with that is, many times, if you hear a rattle, y'all, that's this candy bar. Many times, the thing is, it's not just about hoovering because a lot of people are narcissistic, which means they are not high enough on the spectrum to be a full blown narcissist. So there's some place that they have in your life, whether they be in laws, neighbors, co workers, family members, etc. Right? But I'm just going to say this first. There was a time in my life where, when this so called Thanksgiving that I don't really celebrate comes around, I had these expectations with certain narcissistic people, right? And my expectations were not met. I was not happy, right? So I can remember on Thanksgiving holiday when there was a time when I used to watch videos about narcissism once I realized what it was. And I was very hurt, emotionally devastated, with a broken heart. And I'm coming into this holiday with that being my past. So I just want to say this: don't feel bad and don't be so hard on yourself if you're sitting there with the narcissist right now, hoping that the narcissist will hoover you, or you're hoovering, because you're hoovering too when you contact that narcissist. I don't care if you are empathic. Empathic people hoover too, okay? Because when you contact that narcissistic person, you're trying to bring them back in your life so they can start emotionally abusing you. You may not look at it that way, but that's what you're doing. But this is one thing I've learned: you got to find something else to do. Okay. So I've had this YouTube channel for quite a while. So instead of having something planned with narcissistic people or a man that used to be in my life, I can do videos today. I have to do a garbage run. Okay. I have to take some garbage out today. So, and this is garbage. You go through your clutter, go through things in your closets or whatever. And so this is not like food garbage or anything. This is just stuff that I have prepared to go out, right? So there's always something else to do. And I mentioned garbage because my garbage is much more important than narcissists. So what I learned is this: it's not about the holiday, is what this world calls it. You got to prepare way before these so-called worldly holidays come. So what I mean by that is, okay, if you messed up this Thanksgiving, you're going to have a plan for this next day off work or what this world calls holiday. And the plan is going to be to start limiting your contact. So, for example, I won't respond to a text. So, what I started doing is, and this helped me go into my breakup phase with this narcissistic man, right? Because you got to remember, narcissistic people, they drag all this old supply with them in your relationship. So if him or her is divorced, they're already divorced. They've been divorced from this person 30 years. They're still going over there every holiday, hanging out every holiday with who they divorced from. Sometimes these narcissistic people, men and women, they're sleeping with these exes. A lot of times they aren't. You shouldn't be so concerned if they're sleeping with them. What you should be concerned about at the end of the day, on your off day from work or this holiday, if you celebrate it, you're going to be alone. Or you're going to be with them and unhappy. It was holidays that I celebrated it with the narcissistic man. Okay. And it was miserable. It's miserable any way you look at it. It's doing nothing for your family. It's just not. It's not doing anything for your soul and your family. So when you're dealing with narcissistic people, you got to have a plan and an agenda for yourself. You know, your plan may not be to be going to anyone's home. Your plan may not be to really cook a great big meal. You might just be laying low this holiday. You might want to save some money or whatever. So you just got to have that plan. So, I mean, I'm doing videos this year instead of waiting around for a narcissistic man to contact me. Okay, I'm not waiting for my neighbors to invite me over. I feel very much at peace. And you got to start limiting the contact before the holiday. That way, when the holiday comes, you're not misleading this narcissistic man or woman to think that you're going to be hanging out with them. Okay, so act like they don't exist on those days. That can be the beginning of breaking up with them too, especially if they don't live in the home. Come on, y'all, they don't live in the home. Many of them will tell you, I have no plans on ever living with another man or woman. I do not want to live with you. So, what do you want with that? I mean, why do you want someone that they dislike you so much that they would rather spend $2 extra thousand in rent to live alone rather than putting the monies together with you and living with you? So that's a useless situation. And see, the problem is you got to start looking at your life from a supply point of view too. Because like I said, narcissists are not the only people that hoover. Narcissists are not the only people that have supply. You have supply too as empathic people. It's just that you're not wanting to abuse the supply. You're not wanting to misuse people. You actually love the person and have empathy for the person that you would like to live with and potentially marry, right? And the world that we're going into, no matter how old or young you are, if you're an age where you could potentially be still comfortable with being sexually active, consider getting married. Open up your horizons for that. And don't listen to all these YouTubers when they say, oh, you're middle aged, you can't get a man, there's nobody for you because you got kids. You go to the Lord and you ask the Lord to send you who you're supposed to be with. You fix your life. Part of fixing your life is to not be planning to spend time with narcissists or narcissistic men and women in your life. And if you messed up this year and that narcissist is laying up in the bed with you sleep, you can correct it by what this world will call Christmas, right? So you just got to have a plan. You can begin right now if you have not had sexual relations yet with the narcissist on this holiday. Don't do it with them, especially if it's a narcissist that you are not married to. You are not obligated to give this narcissist sex. This is not your husband or wife. So you got to begin with your spiritual values. And that's how I pulled out of it. That's how I pulled out of relationships with every single narcissist that I was involved with. I don't care if it was a best friend. And in my life, some of them were more than a narcissist. These were sociopaths and psychopaths, y'all. I'm not waiting on a son or daughter that's a sociopath or narcissist to contact me. I'm not waiting on an ex to contact me. I have no plans of spending any amount of time with narcissistic family members or friends. I don't care. I have an agenda. I have a to-do list. And one of the things on my to-do list was to do this video for this so-called worldly holiday. Okay? And get your spirit so right to where you got to start looking at, do the Most High want me celebrating this day anyway? Do God Almighty, whatever you call God, Allah, Yah, the Lord, God Almighty, one God Almighty in heaven is who you should be referring to. And you got to start asking yourself, is holiday something that's even condoned? Study on paganism. So see, if you remove the thought process that you're supposed to be celebrating this as a holiday, as the world would call it, and wasting and spending all of this money, sometimes spending money you don't have, maybe you can fix the problem with the narcissist in your life. Because if you remove that holiday theory, you ain't waiting on nobody. It's just a day that you're off work that you cook, just like any other day. So that's just how I feel about it. So I'm just giving you ideas. You got to go to the root of the problem. I am into exercising. See, I'm on this bike. These are things that I wasn't doing when I was waiting around for some narcissistic man to decide that he was going to do what he said he was going to do, which was marry me. So I was working. I used to work graveyard shift for many years, right? And I was always walking and moving and stuff like that. But now I have to do it this way because I'm not working graveyard shift at that prior job. So I'm not walking around all night like I used to be. So I have to get my exercise in some kind of way. And so I'm getting it in on my exercise bike. And so tomorrow I won't even respond to text. Even if I communicate with narcissistic people, they're not full-blown narcissists on other days. I won't be talking to them on the holiday. I won't communicate with my ex on the holiday. Get yourself off their sphere of influence. Like I said, narcissistic men and women, they already got all these other supplies that they drag into y'all relationship anyway. So a lot of them really have no real time for you. You're just somebody they're putting up on a shelf to take down whenever they feel like it. And that's what you gotta get out of, because it's very lowering to your self-esteem. And once somebody tell you and show you that they have no plans on marrying you, they have no plans of you two cohabitating together in the same home, A lot of times, half of them, they are just cool with a sexual interaction once a week or every other day, however often it happens, but it's not doing anything for your finances, okay? Whether you male or female, if you're not a homeowner and you ain't checking your bank account and it's thousands and thousands of dollars in there, it's nothing that they're doing for you. And this is the problem. A lot of times you don't look at it this way because you're not looking at people as a supply for you. And that's where you got to reverse the game. You got to start looking at it like, how does this benefit me? The same way the narcissist looks at you. They look at you that way. They looked at you that way from day one. Not just how do you benefit them, they looked at you like, how could they use you? So this is the main way to get rid of this problem. One, tune into my videos. And like I said, I have a heart. I understand if you're still tied in, it's not too late to get out. Start with not giving the narcissist sex. You gotta do that. If you can't stop having sex with that narcissist and you can't stop bringing that narcissist to your house and going to their house, you got a problem on your hands. You will be entangled with these people till the day you die. And that's not how the Lord wants you to leave this earth. Okay, so if you got some weight you need to get off, focus on that. Focus on your calendars. Clean, organize, redecorate a room. Reach out to your empathic family members, people that you know love you, and leave the narcissistic people and the narcissist on no response on this Thursday, this Thanksgiving, what the world calls Thanksgiving. I'm not calling it that. I'm just calling it that so you will know what I'm talking about today. Okay? It's just another day to me. I don't care. And because I look at it that way, I don't expect to be hoovered. I'm not going to be hoovering no narcissist. And I actually feel sorry for people that hang out with narcissistic men and women on these holidays. I mean, I see so much. I mean, I know narcissistic men and women that still on this worldly day go hang out with their ex-wives and ex-husbands. And you know what? Guess what? Those ex-wives and ex-husbands never find another spouse. They continue to gain more and more weight. They're continuing to drink soda pops and all kind of bad foods that they shouldn't be eating and drinking. They continue to be really, in some sense, heartbroken. I see it all the time. That's not going to be me. Okay? I will be open to a potential marriage because when I get to that point where I'm supposed to be with who I'm supposed to be with, I'm not going to be sitting in no narcissistic man's face. Okay? And you should not be sitting in no narcissistic woman's face. Men, women that just ain't got no time for you, it's all about just her kids, and she's not trying to implement you in the family with the kids, leave her alone. Because she got a bunch of supply sources that you don't know about, and just leave that alone. But for narcissistic people, they don't treat their life like, okay, this is just one life that we have on earth. They act like we gonna get 10 of these lives and we gonna get to do this over again. Yeah, your afterlife is one thing, but this earthly life is over. So make a plan, write a list of how you're going to, by the time next year comes, you can be saying, I remember when I was listening to Advanced Insight last holiday, and this lady helped me with this situation by telling me, don't feel bad. There's always going to be another day and more time for you to fix this situation. And like I said earlier, stop having sexual relations with narcissists and sociopaths, and I'm going to add psychopaths. Once you stop that, you will be on a road to a better life and recovery. Okay? And I love y'all so, so much. And don't worry about them narcissistic children either. If they got them a new supply source for the holiday, that's just what they have. You want people that really love you. Contact your cousins. You might have cousins out of state, cousins in town. A lot of time your cousins will treat you better than narcissistic children that are grown and moved out of the home that have a bunch of other people that they use in now and taking care of them, okay? So delete those spirits out of your mind and focus on the people that genuinely love you. And it's not always boyfriends and girlfriends, husbands and wives, and people that you gave birth to. Sometimes your coworker may treat you better than these other people I just named. Again, I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm still eating this chocolate bar and I'm on this bike. I got 21 minutes in. I'm not sure about the calorie thing. When I do a video, I'm getting on this bike and I'm doing more of the videos on the bike in the house because it's cold out, y'all. Again, may you have a happy, wonderful day today. And remember everything I just said, okay? And it's not too late for you, okay? Don't feel bad. I went through it, and you will get to where I am, where you will be saying the same thing. That, hey, I'm not worried about being hoovered. I'm not hoovering these people, and I'm out of these relationships. It's going to happen, okay? And if you're already out of it, congratulations. But a lot of times people aren't, and they're trying to work themselves out of these situations. And you can do it, okay? You can do anything you put your mind to. Again, I love y'all so, so much. And I appreciate you listening and tuning into this video. Tune in for more. I got so many more videos coming, okay? I love doing what I do. I love teaching and helping. Even though I still struggle with things in my life. I got a relative in my life. We're not on the best of terms always, but I got a relative that's mentoring and helping and teaching middle school kids. So, and that relative has got some issues, but hey, you got to start somewhere. Maybe through teaching and helping kids and adults, whether you're helping sixth graders, seventh graders, eighth graders, or adults and teenagers. You're teaching and helping, so you're getting back to where you need to be through teaching and helping others. And that's the traits that you want your family members to follow. So I could be a greater influence on my family member that's helping the middle schoolers right now than I ever could think, because that's all I'm doing here is teaching and helping others. Okay. And that family trait will be a generational thing. You'll pass that on to your relatives. Okay. Which is a good thing to pass on. So again, 24 minutes in, almost 25 minutes. Again, let me end this video. I don't want it to be too long. And if I think of anything else to say for this off day or what this world will call holiday, I will upload another video, okay? And if you celebrate Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving. I know a lot of Native American people do not celebrate it. I've been told some of the emotions and feelings about how they feel about not celebrating. So I understand that. And like I said, I don't really celebrate it neither. It's just an off day for me. But for those of you that do, have a happy time with your family today, okay? Again, I love y'all. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so, so much. Bye.